So now we will discuss the inside activities for chapter 9. So for the first inside activity in chapter 9, we have 9.1.2.10. So now we have the two columns here, the TCP and the UDP. So this activity entitled TCP and UDP characteristics. So drag each characteristics to its TCP or UDP delivery method. So for the TCP we have session establishment. Next is sequence message segments. Next is less overhead. Next is guaranteed delivery and order delivery. For here we have flow control, no order delivery, connectionless, fast transmission requirements, and no acknowledgement of receipt. So now we will check. Oh, incorrect. You have not successfully matched each characteristics. Just check. So you have successfully matched each characteristics to its TCP or UDP delivery method. So when we say TCP is an abbreviation of Transmission Control Protocol and pronounced as separate letters TCP. TCP is one of the main protocols in TCP or IP networks, whereas the IP protocol deals only with packets. TCP enables two hosts to establish a connection and exchange streams of data. TCP guarantees delivery of data and also guarantees that packets will be delivered in the same order in which they were sent. So when we say UDP or user datagram protocol is an alternative communication protocol to transmission control protocol or the TCP, used primarily for establishing low latency and loss tolerating connections between applications on the internet. So now we are done answering the first activity. Next is 92.17. So for the next activity, we have TCP connection and termination process. First is send SYN to SYN receive. Next is send the SYN or ACK and receive the same. Send ACK and receive the same. So let's check. You have successfully illustrated the three-way handshake requirements of a TCP establishment session. So this three-way handshake process is also designed so that both ends can initiate and negotiate separate TCP socket connection at the same time. Being able to negotiate multiple TCP socket connections in both directions at the same time allows a single physical network interface such as Ethernet to be multiplexed to transfer multiple streams of TCP data simultaneously. So for the next activity, 92.4.4. So now TCP, UDP are both. So for the TCP, we have HTTP, FTP, Telnet, and SMTP. For the UDP, we have VoIP, DHCP, TFTP, and IPTV. So here is SN, MP, and DNS. So we're going to check. Correct. You have successfully matched the application layer protocol to their transport layer delivery method. So, what is TCP? TCP is Transmission Control Protocol. Is a connection-oriented protocol that computers use to communicate over the internet. It is one of the main protocols in TCP or IP networks. TCP provides error checking and guarantees delivery of data and that packets will be delivered in the order they were sent. So, UDP, User Datagram Protocol, is a connectionless protocol that works just like TCP but assumes that error checking and recovery services are not required. So what is the difference? TCP and UDP have many differences and similarities. They are most commonly used protocols for sending packets over the internet. They both work on the transport layer of the TCP or IP protocol stack and both use the IP protocol. So now we are done answering all the inside activities in chapter 9. So on the next video, we will tackle the chapter 10 inside activities.